This video is for new cruisers to kind of give you the tips and tricks and make you look like a cruise pro when you get on your first cruise. I'm Charlene of ViolentJumper.travel, and today I want to go through accessories that a lot of cruisers like to use, and just some kind of other miscellaneous information that's not in one of the other videos. Storage in the cabin. As I had said in one of the other videos, storage is very limited in the cabins. You can do tricks like a lot of times when you unpack your luggage, you can put the luggage under the bed, the empty luggage under the bed. There will be storage bins, there'll be drawers. One of the things I like to do is to bring packing cubes, and then I'll just unzip the cube and put it in a drawer, so that way everything's kind of ready to go. And things that are dirty I'll put behind, outside of the packing cube, so I can kind of keep track of dirty clothes. There's a lot of tricks like that, and I'll go over some of the items that we kind of have in our chest of things that we always bring with us. But the storage is pretty limited, so make sure that you're mindful of how much you're bringing, and keep organized. Otherwise the room can look messy really easy. Another thing you might want to consider, if you like cruising, you might want to consider joining the loyalty program. Sometimes that is optional, and sometimes you're just automatically enrolled. Like I think Norwegian and Carnival, I think they just automatically enroll you once you've booked a cruise. Royal Caribbean is a little bit, you have to like ask to be a part of the loyalty program. So find out about that, because there's a lot of perks for once cruisers have cruised a little while. There's various perks, there's different levels, there are kind of different benefits of doing it, and it all depends on the different cruise line, but just in general, they all, like, the more nights you cruise with them, the more kind of things you get, where it can be like, like a discount on a room. It could be like a laundry service for free or very little price. It can be, if you're in it could be like a concierge type club where you can have cocktails for free certain times of night. The loyalty clubs a lot of times have a lounge area that will have like hors d'oeuvres and coffees and things where you can just kind of like hang out if you want, and also hang out with other cruisers. And so the loyalty program is definitely worth it. We stayed with one cruise line until we got to the level that we kind of wanted to be, and now we're checking out much more different cruise lines, but we kind of stuck with one until we got up to like a diamond level, so that we had a lot of things and a lot of options, and now we're kind of seeking others. But I would really recommend kind of sticking to one when you get one. Also on the cruise, if you're having a really great time, they do this thing is like next cruise. There'll be somewhere where you can go and you can book your next cruise, and a lot of times they'll give you a good amount of OBC. If you're booking far out, they'll give you probably a good price. Sometimes your travel agent can get you a little bit better price, but go ahead and book it anyway, because your travel agent can service that for you when you get back, and they have no problem with doing that for you. Sometimes there's low deposits, and sometimes we've even done it where we got onboard credit for the cruise that we were on, and then we got onboard credit for the cruise that we were going to take. So it was like a really great deal. So there's lots of enticements to go ahead and get you to book that next cruise. So definitely take advantage if you like it and you want to do it. Sometimes they'll give you open sale dates. You'll just basically buy a certificate, and then you can work with your travel agent in order to like book a time. And other times you can just book exactly what you want, where you want. Don't quite pay off the cruise until you're pretty close to the final payment date. And I do that because if the price of the cruise goes down, you can renegotiate that lower price, or your travel agent can do that for you, can negotiate that lower price. But once you pay the final price, then you don't have the ability to get that lower price. So I go ahead and hold out a little bit, even if I've kind of budgeted to pay for my cruise. I go ahead and hold out until like, close to when I do have to pay it, and then that way I make sure that I get the best price that I can for the cruise. And next, let's go upstairs and I'll show you some of the, I guess, equipment, accessories that we take with us when we're on our cruise. Okay, so don't think that you have to get all of this stuff. Here's just some ideas that you might want to consider if you are already going to purchase a few things accessory-wise. But these are some things that are good to have for cruising or beaches, or maybe even some of it for travel in general. So I like to keep a pouch to keep my documents in. A lot of times I'll keep a copy of my hotel reservations, my plane. Even though I have all of that in my app, I'm still not 100% trusting of things, so I'll keep a hard copy just as emergency backup. Also, I'll have my passport ready to go. A lot of times I like to keep some wet wipes. Now, I started using these before times. They're really good if you're at the beach or you're on an island somewhere. There's not always places to wash your hands properly, so I always take the wipes in case I need to wash my hands down, in case I just feel kind of dirty, because I like to climb all over rocks and stuff. So something you might want to consider. I don't love how much trash I put out with this, so I try to really limit this. You want to bring a writing utensil of some sort. Those are always handy for various reasons. I like to keep a little book. I try to keep a book of, and sometimes I write down like people I talk to or things that I want to remember. If I take video, I like to write down where I am, that sort of thing. So I just have this little book that I like to keep with me, and I have a little pen with it. I have these little things, I don't know if you can see that, that I use to put the tags, the luggage tags in. So, and they're reusable, so you can just put the tag in there, and then that way your stuff will get back to your room easily. So I like that. I keep a first aid kit. I tend to, like my feet get hot and sweaty and I get blisters, that sort of thing. So I try to make sure I've got Band-Aids, I've got little Neosporin, some Pepto-Bismol, some Imodium, just kind of basic things. You also want to remember to pack at least some small amounts of, like Tylenol or ibuprofen, whatever you take. Maybe take some cold medicine, some allergy medicine, whatever you basically take or have at your house. Go ahead and take some with you. To buy this stuff on the ship you can, but it's expensive, and sometimes the shops are not open at the time when you need it. Like if you've got a tummy ache, you want your stuff right there, and maybe you're in port and the shops haven't opened yet. That would be not okay, right? So it just kind of takes some basics with you. Another thing that I like to take is dry Gatorade. So it is you when you're swimming all day and you're out in the islands, your body just really gets dehydrated, and I find that this is just you throw it in some water, it just really helps you feel better. Maybe sometimes if I'm more drinking, I have a little bit of this so that I don't wake up with a nasty headache. Be careful. You can, you've already gotten dehydrated, you can drink a little too much pretty easily, that sort of thing, but always take some Gatorade with me. Of course, the Purell, which was a thing I took before the times, but now definitely so. Make sure you take some suntan lotion, or sometimes what we do is we buy this when we get, because we'll usually go into Miami or Fort Lauderdale the day before, so we'll buy some at the CVS that's real close by, so that way we don't have to pack that with us. Plus, I think it's really fresh because they sell so much of it. But look for some without oxybenzone, because that's starting to be a thing that they really are discouraging sunscreens with oxybenzone, because it damages the marine life, like the coral, and a lot of the marine animals have a problem with it. I like to take some towel clips. Towels kind of fly away pretty easily, because when you're traveling on a ship, you'd be surprised how things like move around, so these come handy. Also too, you can clip them if you've got like a gap in your curtains. It can be used for that. So if you're a new cruiser, you probably don't know that the walls on a cruise is metal. So we bring these little hooks, and we can hook things up like your hat, little things, your paperwork. You can just put it on your wall, and it's just handy. So definitely go take that. Another thing that I've gotten a lot of use out
is a scale for when we're headed there and headed back, so that way your souvenirs don't go too crazy. Another thing that I like to bring, not only for excursion days, so you just like throw all your stuff in there, but also if you've overbought souvenirs, you've got something to carry it in. So have like a little, this one's collapsible, like folds up into a little package. So I will have a little backpack that I can take, just kind of mostly as my beach bag, really, and then you can pick stuff up. One time I had purchased like little sample travel size of shampoo and conditioner, and the shampoo got broken. So ever since then I use these little silicone containers, but luckily for me I had it in a plastic bag and it didn't break the conditioner, it just broke the shampoo, so I was still able to scoop it out and use it. But after that all of my liquid things I put in little bags, little baggies. Another thing that you might want to bring are just a variety of zip top bags, like a couple different sizes. Bring some of the little ones. You can maybe like bring some snacks with you, especially if you got kids. That's definitely something that people like to do. You can fill up some cereal or whatnot and take with you onto the islands if they need a snack, or just when you're walking around the ship. Got some tea lights, and these are really good if you have an inside room. You can turn that on, and it's just like a little tiny light to light up your room. I would like to keep them in the bathroom because if I get up in the middle of the night, I'm kind of in a strange place. I like to have a little tea light. There's also stuff you can buy that are motion sensors. So that's like a lot fancier. I got this one at on sale after Christmas, but I guess when those all run out, I will probably go ahead and upgrade to one of the motion sensor ones. I got this little toilet paper for when we went to Cuba because we were warned that sometimes they don't have toilet paper. As it turns out, I didn't even use it, but it's good to have. You're definitely going to want your hat. I would really highly recommend one of these toiletry kits. There's not a lot of room in the cabins, and this is just a really good way to organize the stuff that you need to have, especially in the bathroom. But there are hooks for stuff like this in the bathroom. So I would also recommend a bug spray and a sunscreen. The islands can have a lot of like mosquitoes and stuff. I use this combination. The only problem with like the bullfrog is you have to apply it a lot. So that's something to consider. And this is the Downy. This is like the big trick that's all the cruisers use. Squirt a little bit of this on your kind of wrinkly clothes. Put it in the shower with your, when you take your hot shower, or just kind of like shake it out, and you can get a lot of wrinkles out without having to send it out to get pressed. I would bring a little poopery, some kind of bathroom spray. You're eating a lot of things that you're not familiar with, and it's a smaller space, so think about that. We usually have some little rain jackets in case we get caught in the rain, although a lot of times we're like in clothing that can get wet and it's not that big of a deal. So that's some of the tricks. Some other things that I don't necessarily do that are very popular though are, especially if people have kids, there's those like over the door shoe containers that you hang on the door. So a lot of times people will fill those up with the things for their kids or things that they need, and then they'll roll it up and then put it in their suitcase. That's a pretty smart idea. One thing I haven't tried, and I don't know why, because we lived really close to the beach for many years, is putting baby powder on your legs. It makes the sand not stick to your legs, or if you chafing, because again, it's hot and you're gonna be sweaty and all that sort of thing. So sometimes the baby powder is a good thing to bring. I've been doing lately, because my sundry bag is getting pretty out of hand, is my husband has contacts, so I've been making him give me his contact containers when he's used them, and then I put like little bits of lotion, so like I can fill that up and almost last a week, with stuff. And then I've got like a little sample size of makeup, and I just carry this along with like a toothbrush and toothpaste on the plane with me, so because I just have to brush my teeth if I have something to eat in the airport. And where we live right now, we pretty much always have very few flights are direct, so I'm always spending some quality time in airports. So, and aloe vera, Not a bad idea. If you wait to buy it on the ship, you'll pay a king's ransom for it. So it's just really easy to get too much sun, even if you are bringing your sunscreen. So definitely bring some lotion or some aloe vera in case you like overdo it. So that's just a few things to kind of help keep you organized. Again, you can put your suitcase under the bed. That's a good place to hide that. Don't bring a power strip with a surge protector. That is not allowed. You can bring power strips without surge protectors, or even we tend to use like a little hub. Tend to use a little hub with a bunch of USB plugins, so that because almost everything that we need has that. Now, if you are someone you're with needs a CPAP or something, a lot of times you can borrow an extension cord. A lot of times we'll just bring our own, so that way we are for sure to have it. Have this one thing. So sometimes we'd like to bring at least some island rum or something like that on there. And these are little containers that you can put your drink in, and then you blow it up, and it gives you a nice little cushion for your bottles of wine or bottles of liquor. So these are pretty handy, and we've used this more than one time. So we've been pretty happy with that. Oh, here, random thought, here is the little Tide pens. Those are really good, as I'm always spilling something on myself. I've been trying these bug wipes, and they are very good. So just a few things. Bring your comforts. Don't get too crazy. You are on the island, so you can be a little casual, like when it comes to makeup and that sort of thing. And the whole point is to have like a great time. So I think that's it for now. Until next time, live your truth and live well.